We are just 7 hours away from 2020, and the excitement is building. All day long, we've been watching these crowds gather as the police keep a close eye on Times Square. There are 65 viewing pins for the revelers and thousands of others you're going to watch from around the city and the world.
We have a team covering Times Square tonight. News 4's Jonathan Deans has been talking to the NYPD as officers secure the city, and Andrew Siff has been out with those crowds. Andrew, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for a lot of people.
It certainly is, and most of those 65 pens are already full. And take a look at a street like this. It says no access to ball drop. You got a police sergeant there. He's had to spend a lot of time explaining to folks they can't get in over here. They have to wait in this line over here on 8th Avenue. In fact, these folks, this line goes several blocks down there just to head back north. They're headed now towards 57th Street just to loop back east and try to get a glimpse of a ball. Many of them describe it as an item on their bucket list.
Guys, no backpacks, no large bags, no umbrellas.
Getting yelled at may not sound fun, but it's all part of the atmosphere when watching the ball drop is your lifelong dream. Just ask Tim and Debbie Hefner. They just retired after 30 years in law enforcement.
We both work for the government and we didn't have time.
I got to 51 countries, but never been to Times Square for New Year's Eve, so we're going to do it.
They're not alone. The NYPD estimates 1.5 million people might be passing through those magnetometers just to cram into 65 police-controlled pens from 37th Street up to 59th Street. Good weather only adding to the turnout.
My philosophy is about having fun and celebrate the good times of 2020.
We may as well answer this question, though. What so many people are going to do about, well, not getting to go, since there are no public restrooms.
Wear diapers. I'm not wearing any, though. I'm not wearing diapers, but I've heard that you should wear diapers.
This group from Montreal said they got similar advice from their Times Square hotel. You don't want to say what it is.
No, I won't. The concierge gave us some pretty good advice. So the concierge at our hotel, you see, so that's how we earned it.
Did he use a New York accent? Was he like, hey, let me tell you a little something about Times Square?
Exactly, and you know, softly, without, you know, doesn't speak it loud. I'm gonna tell you something. You got to wear this.
That kind of wardrobe wisdom aside, we saw plenty of 2020 vision out there today. The celebratory glasses, the decorative hats, and the festive atmosphere, and the appreciation finally making it to the countdown.
A lifelong dream. I watched it when I was a little girl when Dick Clark was hosting it, and now I have a chance to check off that bucket list, and here we are.
Back live now. Check out this line. It's like pedestrian gridlock on 8th Avenue. These folks heading north to try to get to 57th Street to try to get into one of the pens. As for heading home, the subway is a great option, but we should tell you that not every station is open at this hour till after midnight. Take a look at this. The N, the R, and the W at 49th Street, that is closed until 12:10. So is the Uptown 1 train at 50th Street. But after midnight, lots of ways to get home, especially on the commuter rails. 37 LIRR trains after midnight from Penn Station, 8 of them from Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn, and 48 trains on Metro North out of Grand Central. So lots of ways to use mass transit to safely make it home after the ball finally drops down. We're live just outside of Times Square. Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
All right, the key is you got to have a plan for how you're going to get home and take care of other issues. Thanks a lot, Andrew. All right, as the masses celebrate the new year, the NYPD working, they're trying to keep everyone safe. Specialized units have been deployed and drones are going to be used to help keep watch over the area. News 4's Jonathan Deans has been talking to the police this week, and he just got a briefing from a top security official. John, what's the latest?
Always a concern about possible lone actors, but police say so far, so good.
You look at Muncie, you look at Jersey City, you don't know what could be in someone's mind somewhere along the line. So we have to be prepared for anything that could possibly happen.
NYPD Chief of Department Terrence Monahan walking us through Times Square and the rings of security in place.
They're going to see cops walking back and forth all night, cops everywhere they go. We have cops in all these buildings. We have cops assigned to every single hotel within the bow tie area. we're prepared for any contingency that could happen.
Hundreds of thousands coming to celebrate, all getting screened by officers as they enter at checkpoints. Counter-terror officers among the army of cops deployed, joined by undercovers and bomb-sniffing dogs. The FBI Mobile Command Unit in place, with agents on hand to help monitor any possible threats to the event. Fire department and emergency management personnel here as well. In past years, it has been cold or rainy. This year's improved weather, reducing some of the concern for people standing outside for hours and hours.
So we're going to be dealing with a much larger crowd than we did in the last year, but they're going to be a much more comfortable crowd.
Those already in position say getting in not as tough as expected.
Quick metal detector, quick pat down, and I feel very safe, secure, and just with my million of my closest friends.
At police headquarters, the operations center is up and running. Officials monitoring cameras and helping coordinate resources, not only in Times Square, but at events across the city tonight. 1,200 cameras focused on the Times Square area.
So if we get information, anything becomes problematic, we could focus on it here in this room and make sure we get the resources that are necessary there.
No known specific threats, with thousands of officers on hand for the night to try to keep everyone safe.
And we're joined now by the police commissioner of the city of New York, along with several top brass. Commissioner, give us an update. How is security looking for the crowd?
Hey, Jonathan, if you could ask these people to be quiet, maybe I could hear you. It's a great night. We're going to have great crowds out here. The weather is cooperating. Police officers, sanitation workers, EMS workers, thank you for what you do, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Any major concern, any threat to this event?
Now, we have more than enough police officers here, the team here, as well as the team out in the field, keeping New Yorkers safe, doing what we do best. Come out, enjoy it, have a safe and happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, Commissioner. Thanks for taking the time out for us. That's the latest from Times Square. Back to you in the studio.
All right, John, we heard the message loud and clear, and we do appreciate it. Our best to you and everyone else out there. Thank you.
Okay, so back at home, millions of people are going to be watching the nearly 6-ton ball make its descent at midnight. Many of them, as you saw behind Jonathan, braving the weather, all bundled up. We're going to get over to Storm Team 4's Matt Brickman. He's in for Janice. We were just, Gus and I were talking. It's really not bad this year.
Yes, it goes, yeah.
You don't have to be quite as brave this year as you did in the years past. We're talking about that ball drop. We have to have it go up first, and that should happen right around 6 o'clock. We'll let it rise, and then 6 hours later, it'll go down. It's comfortable right now. Temperatures in the mid-40s. We've got the clouds, and winds are kicking up a little bit. That's kind of the only knock on this evening's forecast are those winds out of the west, right around 10 to 15 miles an hour. You can see that around the region. Quite a few spots cooler than us. Just 34 out in Islip and up into Newburgh. It's 43, a bit warmer down in Long Branch right now. We are keeping an eye on a little bit of rain and a little bit of snow to the northwest. Some snow squall warnings up by Binghamton. I don't think that'll make it all the way down to us. In fact, if we see anything tonight, it's probably just a couple of flurries in those early evening hours. As we approach midnight, temperature holding on right around 40 degrees. That wind chill closer to 30, but still with those nice clear skies should be a beautiful evening and no real threat of rain or snow, at least tonight. We've got some later in the week. We'll have that for you coming up in your exclusive 10-day forecast in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Matt, we'll see you then. And don't forget, if you want to watch the celebrations in the comfort of your own home, you can see it all right here on NBC4. We'll have a toast to 2019 that's starting at 8 p.m. It's going to be followed by live coverage at 10 p.m. and then News 4 New York at 11, all leading up to the big ball drop. We're starting that coverage at 11:30.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching this video from NBC New York. Stay up to date by hitting the subscribe button right below. And over there, you can get the latest updates, investigations, and features. Catch you next time.